Some people are born into hardship. Some face rejection, failure, and pain at every step. But some, like Oprah Winfrey, find a way to rise above it all. This is the story of a woman who defied expectations, broke barriers, and redefined what it means to be powerful. But her journey wasn't easy. It was marked by struggle, doubt, and the constant battle to find her voice in a world that tried to silence her. Yet through it all, she held on to one thing: her belief in herself. This is the story of Oprah, a woman who turned pain into power and inspired millions.
I'm Oprah Winfrey. People see me now, a woman with success, influence, and wealth. But there was a time when I had none of it. My journey wasn't easy. It was full of struggles, heartbreak, and moments where I questioned everything. But through it all, I found one truth: power isn't given. It's something you find within yourself. I was born in Mississippi, in a small house where love was scarce and struggle was plenty. My mother worked long hours as a maid, and my father wasn't around. I spent my early years with my grandmother. She was strict, but she taught me something priceless: the value of words. I remember standing in church, barely 3 years old, reciting Bible verses. The way people looked at me, how they listened. I felt something stir in me, a voice, a power, a purpose. But life had other plans. When I was sent to live with my mother in Milwaukee, things changed. I was just a child, but I faced things no child should ever have to endure: abuse, fear, silence. I could have let that pain define me, break me. But even in the darkest moments, a voice inside whispered, "This is not your end." At 14, I ran away. I was lost, angry, and afraid. But then, something unexpected happened. I was sent to live with my father in Nashville. He was strict, but he believed in education. He pushed me to read, to speak, to dream. And slowly, I started believing too. In school, I found my escape in books: Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison. Their words became my strength. And when I got my first chance to speak publicly, I knew this is what I was meant to do. I worked hard. I studied, practiced, and never let rejection stop me. My first job in television, they told me I wasn't fit for it, too emotional, too raw. But I knew my emotions were my strength. The world didn't need another news anchor. It needed truth. It needed heart. And then one day, I got my chance. A talk show in Chicago, just a local program. But when I stepped onto that stage, I didn't just ask questions. I listened. I felt. And people felt it too. That show, it became The Oprah Winfrey Show. And the rest, well, you know the rest. But here's what you don't know. Behind every success, there were still battles: doubt, fear, pain. Money couldn't erase them. Fame couldn't silence them. But I learned something. The real power, it's not in money, fame, or success. It's in knowing who you are, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. I built my empire not because I was fearless, but because I faced my fears. I stood in my truth, and I used my voice not just for myself, but for others.
And that is the story of Oprah Winfrey, a woman who turned pain into power, who showed the world that no matter where you start, you can choose where you end up. But beyond success, beyond fame, there is something even greater legacy. A legacy of hope, of inspiration, of showing the world that every hardship can be transformed into strength. Oprah didn't just change her own life, she changed the lives of millions. And now, the question is, what will you do with your power? Life gives us struggles, but we decide what to do with them. Will you let the world define you, or will you rise above it? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. What's the one thing you've learned from Oprah's journey?